first is, this is the podcast, Courage Over Comfort. What is a courageous moment in your life that defines who you are and the path you're on right now?
And such a difficult question.
Yeah.
I'm always bad at pinpointing things. I can't name my happiest memory, so things like this are
Yeah.
always difficult. One courageous moment. Okay. So my first speech was when I was 9 years old in Florida. It was a international conference. I believe it was around almost 1,000 people.
Okay.
And it wasn't just the applause that really made the moment for me, because I was super duper nervous and I was so young back then.
Yeah.
So it didn't really mean much. I was like, oh, I'm just doing something. It was actually the interactions with people afterwards
Yes.
that taught me a lot about myself and why I do what I do now.
Yeah.
Because it was in that moment that I learned the power in your story, the power in your voice,
Yes.
but also that people care.
Yeah.
And by realizing that, you realize that there's not only a need, there's also a need to take care of people, a need to love others. And a really easy way to do that is by words. Is by words. And you speak about service, I believe it's the same way for love itself. You can lift people up with words, lift people up with action. So it was a realization to me that people really do care, and that you can really change people's lives by letting them know that you're heard, or even by listening to them, letting them speak. So it's those things where I realized, and still do, learn more about it in terms of the importance of sharing your story and hearing others. And that's what motivated me to be a public speaker and move on to advocacy work that I do today. So I really thought about that, but I do think it just has shaped so much more than just my work path and my work life. It's also shaped my conversations with others.
Yeah.
I used to be bad with names. I realized the importance of names because it's a piece of their story. It's how you label their story. So it just things about being more intentional, being more present, and I believe a lot of it really did come from that interaction.
I love that. I love that. And that's powerful. And to realize that at such a young age, 9. Because we can wash that over, but you didn't allow that.
No, I will say it's a continuously learning thing.
Yes.
Though. I think it actually really started to hit for me probably 2 years ago, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
Because it was one of those things I realized in the back of my mind, like, why do I keep on speaking and people care?
Yeah.
Like, why do I speak and not people fly me out for it, people applaud, and people bring it up to me later on, years later. I'm like, what matters so much about my story? But then I realized it can be a mirror for some people. It can be a parallel for some people, but it also can actually inspire others.
Absolutely.
And that's what I really take away from that people can see me and see themselves.
Yeah.
I'm like, if he can do it, maybe I can. So
Maybe
I
I
actually
can.
really enjoy that.
And that's important.
That's the important portion of it.
Absolutely.
Courage over comfort. Yeah, I chose a harder way.